Hello, my fellow viewers. I am here, and it's May, and it's Christmas that you guys are watching this. It is not even close to Halloween when I'm recording this. Actually, it's exactly 2 weeks from Halloween when I'm recording this. I am recording way in advance so I can get these out on time. Oh my gosh. I've had days where I could have recorded and then, damn, Kingdom Hearts has taken over again. Anyway, let's open up our mail. Notices, event, sees the day, cool, that's an event that's going on. Okay, so, yeah. Cool. What do I got in shop? I've been playing this game off and on, when I've had time. How many of them do I have? I only have 6, so I don't have enough to do it yet. Oh yeah, I also need a... There. So I was looking through my books. We do not actually have all of that, as far as I know. I don't know if we have all of that. I know we don't have all of this, because suddenly goes to 5, 6, 7, 10, 11... Yeah, and I think it says, yeah, 11-part story. So we don't have all of that. That starts at 5. The Bold Princess. I don't think that's the final part, though. Yeah, I would say, like, final installment, probably. We have Heart's Desire, which is just fantasy stories. We could read that. Hex and the Hound, I know I don't have of that, as far as I know. Legend of the Old... Basically, what we'll go do is we'll go look at a few of these that I think I might have parts of. And that's what today's video is. It's just reading some stories. There'll be a break for Christmas. Legend tells of a corner of the city that has been forgotten by the wind. To reach that place, one must stand before the fountain and close their eyes, then wait for 35 heartbeats, then walk 7 circles clockwise until the fountain, followed by 7 further around the fountain, followed by 7 further circles anti-clockwise. Upon opening one's eyes, one will find they have arrived at their shop. "Excuse me, is anyone there?" Vega asked him timidly as she stepped through the door. As the door closed behind her, the bell that hung from it rang out, its crisp and clear sound filling the room and cutting through the dimly lit drudgery. The dull glow of twilight seeped gently through the frosted windows of the display case windows. Stacks of curious objects filled every part of the room. Vega made her way through the store cautiously for fear of stepping on something and breaking it. There was no answer. Vega now began to examine the objects around her more closely. An obscure mechanical component, an ornate ancient lyre, a broken ceramic towel engraved with incomprehensible markings, a pair of old manacles dented and scratched from use, a forgotten crown that once belonged to an aristocrat. At some point, as she was suspecting these objects of no apparent utility, the shopkeeper appeared beside her. The shopkeeper's eyes were like those of a fox with long, slender pupils at their center. "That thing once belonged to a wolf king, aside from the guards. It is probably the only thing left that remembers that land the way it used to be. Every inch of it covered in ice and snow." I went for a male voice and it was supposed to be female. "Welcome to the store. Did you see anything that takes your fancy?" "Do you have anything here that can help someone to forget?" "Why, certainly." Vega clutched her chest as she pursued the question further. "To forget anything, even someone very important?" The fox-eyed shopkeeper expression turned stern and she nodded as she continued. I know that the one you wish to forget is a young man with limpid eyes as clear as moonlight. He disappeared a long time ago and left a deep hole in your heart. Nothing else can fill that hole. All the blessings, no matter how joyful they may be feel elusive and out of your reach. Just like the moonlight before your eyes. Vega was stunned into silence. All she could do was nod along. The fox-eyed shopkeeper smiled and seemingly out of nowhere presented a bar of wine. This wine will help you forget your pain. Long ago, in the age where the icy winds blew, our forebears brewed this wine in secret, deep within the frozen earth, to give them the strength to keep surviving. The method they used to brew this kind of wine was forgotten when the people's fate took a turn for the better and their lives became more joyful. She tilted the wine back and forth. There's not much left, and since it seems you have an affinity with the store, this one is for free. Provided, of course, that this is what you really want. The goblet must once have... Vega took the goblet of wine from the fox-eyed shopkeeper's hand. The goblet must once have been adorned with precious gemstone, but has since been removed, and now the only clue to its existence was the empty, lonely indentation it had left behind. When Vega regained consciousness, she stood in front of the fountain. What am I doing here? She wondered to herself. As the moon shone down brightly, she began briskly walking back home. The glow of twilight had all but disappeared now, and if she didn't get back soon, she had forgotten all about the strange store, from the route that had taken her there to everything that had happened inside. She's gone, the fox-eyed shopkeeper said, after the door shut and the bell had stopped ringing. A young man, once with limpid eyes as bright as moonlight, stepped into view from the back of the store. Thank you. How many times has she visited now? 6? No, 7. 7 times. The young man hesitated for a moment and then asked, Does the wine really work? It's not that I don't trust you, it's just... The shopkeeper smiled, though the meaning of her smile was ambiguous. This wine causes those who drink it to forget their pain, but your shared history is not a painful thing for her. All the wine can do is to help her temporarily forget her longing for you, and the grief of losing you. Whenever she sees the moonlight, she will see you reflected in it, and the memories will start coming back. The time you met at Lude Hopperstum, the afternoon spent beneath the tree at Windrise, the view from Cape Oath, the time you sneaked out at the midsummer celebrations together, hand in hand, the song in the feathered cape you offered to her at the assembly of the traveling bards. All of those are memories she'll be reluctant to part with. I do have another bottle of wine in my shop. One that can make her truly forget everything. If you wish, I could give her that to drink instead. She smiled silently as she watched the young man. After a long silence, he let out a sigh. Tell me, why do you insist on leaving her? Oh, well, it's this. This is the reason. The young man reached into his breast pocket and took out a spherical object made of crystal. Unknown symbols could be discerned faintly flickering inside it. I am led to believe that people will receive one of these will one day disappear from the world. If that is so, then the earlier I leave, the better. She's still young. If she forgets me now, then she will still have time. Well, 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 sneered the shopkeeper. So you are one of the chosen. It appears so. Do you know anything about what happens to the chosen in the end? The young man asked eagerly. She forced a smile, but not reply. I shall be leaving. Now I am the owner of this thing. I suppose I should get on with doing the things that are expected of me. And if she returns, what would you have me do then? I think we should leave her to handle it on her own. What a heartless man you are. Oh shit, so... The guy has a vision. Like, Kaya has the cryovision, D-Luke has the pyrovision, etc., etc. And because of that, I think they're technically called the Chosen, and apparently bad stuff happens to them in the end. That was a ride. Let's read this one, and then I don't think I can read more of these. They take too long. Legend tells of a corner of the harbor that has been forgotten by the mountain rocks and the sound of the crashing waves. To reach that place, one must stand in the sea breeze and close their eyes. Walk 49 steps away from the clamor of the crowds. Just wait till the sound of one oath's heartbeat drown out the voices in the background. Upon opening one's eyes, one will find they have arrived at a little shop. Hello, anyone in? Yuan called out. He tried the door and let himself in. The bell continued to ring after the door closed as he made his way further inside. The faint sound of crashing waves seeped into the store. Like a distant memory, piles of seemingly random artifacts were stacked all the way through from where he stood on the other end of the long and narrow shop. Yuan looked apprehensively at the range of arms throughout the store, somewhat intimidated by the thought of his silken robes being covered in dust that was potentially even older than he. Old lanterns made of now yellowing paper, a giant fang from some unknown monster. Brilliant black elsiderite from the depths of space. A dull gold-colored geometric object built with a mortise and tenon crafted from an unknown material. As he picked up a small ball filled with a fine white crystalline powder, he heard a soft voice coming from someone who was now stood next to him. That this salt formed from the residue of an ancient Archon's tales. The voice came off guard, breaking the long silence like a stone disrupts the surface of a pool of still water. Startled, he dropped the ball he held in his hand, but the sound smashing glass his ears were anticipating never came. The shopkeeper, who had fox-like eyes with slender lines for pupils, had somewhat caught the ball and returned it to the place of itself. I can't remember who it was, but someone recommended this place to me. She gave a slight nod, then acknowledged she had heard him, but was ambiguous as to what she thought about it. Welcome to the store. Do you see anything that takes your fancy? I'm looking for a gift for... She's a girl I like. I've been thinking of proposing to her, and I'd like to have a gift to go with it. Yuan nervously bit his lower lip as he looked up to face the shopkeeper directly. She had mysterious golden eyes that reminded him of cold lapis. They looked at each other for a long time. Finally she spoke. Very well. Her slender fingers disappeared back to the depths of the store. Her slender figure. When she returned, she held in her hand an object that gave off a very iridescent glow. On closer inspection, it was revealed to be an exquisitely cut, tin-sided, illuminating heart. I trust you are for the legend of the crystal heart? He had, but he nodded anyway. It is made from a variety of crystal called illuminating crystal. Man-made versions exist, but they are pale imitations. True illuminating crystal is capable of revealing the secret of one's heart, for it is formed with the unfilled desire and grief of illuminated beasts of the highest order when they reach the end of their life. Please, take a look. She gestured to Yuan that they should both watch the faintly flashing images emerging from the crystal. Tens of thousands of years flashed by before his eyes, like the continuous shifting of the clouds. Stars turned to water, and water turned to land. Snow melted and gave way to green pastures. Rivers cut their way through the open country. He watched cities rise like ants' nests and kingdoms topple like toy building blocks. The twilight grew dim. Moonlight zigzagged its way across the uneven surface of the ocean. When Yuan regained consciousness, he found himself walking by the docks. The crystal he held tightly in his hand had become warm, as if blood pulsed through it. This is a wondrous crystal heart indeed, he thought to himself, increasing his pace as he walked on under the moonlight. All I need to do is give this to her. Once I do, then I must. The bell that hung from the door rang out, crisp and clear. Welcome to the store. Do you see anything that takes your fancy? I'd like to exchange this. Well, I don't know if it counts as a gemstone or... The finely cut crystal sparkled brightly, scattering rays of light throughout the room. It was given to me by a man who's been pursuing me. He said that if we looked into it together, we would see many marvelous things. but somehow I just find it makes me feel uncomfortable. It's a beautiful gem, of course. Each time I think of him, I get so exasperated. So I wondered if the store will be willing to take it off my hands. I understand, but this is a highly prized tin-sided illuminating crystal. For what quantity of more would you be willing to part with it? Actually, I do not want for money, but let me see. What's this? It looks like salt. It's about time I went to Sal Teray to pay my respect again. If it's okay for you, this is all I need in return for the gem. The fox-eyed shopkeeper sat alone at the back of the shop, turning the geometrically flawless crystal in her hand. And you, I have seen unpleasant things. That fellow's true nature, it is unbelievable. It is upsetting. That's it. When it comes down to it, he may be a low-life opportunist who wishes to marry into a wealthy and prestigious family in the salt industry, and will do whatever is necessary to achieve his wish. Had this not come to light, it is entirely possible that they may still have enjoyed a happy life together, despite it not being born out of genuine mutual affection. After all, happiness is but a state of mind. It is not related to love. She took a dainty sip of wine, then smiled mockingly at the thought of her own vanity. But as fatis, I simply have zero tolerance for people like that. On the other hand, it is delightfully straightforward, opening up to a complete stranger. I know that when he sets foot outside the door, we may have to meet one another again. So it doesn't matter if I reveal the truth to him. Perversely, the closer two people become, the more one seeks to gain, and so you must be on the gone. But how could he have known? I'm sorry, this has all been quite the imposition on you, but it is truly wonderful to have this back. She lowered her gaze and continued, that is, after all, your heart that you have left behind. I'll be sure to treasure it. But don't you think it's fun? Taking a trip down into the ward once in a while? Seeing what people are like nowadays? Oh shit. I don't understand it, but holy shit. I think the shopkeeper is talking to like one of the gods. I can't read any more of that. Those books got me going. Let's do our commissions. Commission number 1 is up there. There's one over there. There's one over there. And there's one down here. Okay.
Back at ya! Ready, steady, go!
Okay, we completed that first one. Next is this way. Come on, Bido.
Eyes on me!
Disappear! Push your luck. To frostbite.
Eyes on me! Take this!
There, we completed that. We killed him. Pangons everywhere. Gotta level up these characters, you know?
I wonder when I'll be as tall as my big sister.
One day. One day.
at ya! Back at ya!
Swim in the ocean, do 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 do. Swim in the ocean, do 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 do. Swim in the ocean, do 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 do. Swimming in the ocean, do 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 do. Please tell me I'll make it, because I really don't want to try and have to find another way to make this. Damn it! I know there's a way to make it. What does my map show? If I can make it to that... I can't make it like this, though.
Dodge this! Freeze! Cool it! Freeze! Oh, so sorry.
Yeah! Ooh. And there's one of my things right down there that I'm going to need. This is why I wanted to do it so early on. I don't know what they were doing here, but you know what? It don't matter. Oh. Well, what have we here? Ha ha! There's something over here and I want it. I do not care that I'm already like 30 minutes in. I started reading and I want to do these commissions so that when I come, so that the next episodes can be focused on actual story progression. Do I have a better weapon? Base attack 102. Yeah, I like this. I have to. I eventually have to figure out where half of these things are so I can ascend my weapons.
Wind blade. Freeze. Dodge this.
And the last one is this way. And I can upgrade this statue because they are sent together. Okay, I'm gonna get 10 Primo Gems and 320 Adventure EXP and my stamina upgraded. Jeez, I don't know how high these go. It was this way, right? Yeah. Actually, if I went right here, if I go right here, I can do it faster. I'm probably doing this the complete wrong way, and it's probably like an easier way to do this, but I don't care. Okay, what the frick just happened though?
frostbite. To ashes! You haven't won yet.
Well, that was easy. Oh. Never mind. I cannot. Yeah, challenge failed. Okay, give me my battle pass stuff. Give me that. Let me claim it. Achievements, season's greetings. Cool. What am I at? I am not enough. Okay, next time we'll go actually continue this story.